A warm welcome to Joburg Today. I'm Riley Sakwe. St. Martin's de la Porres in Soweto started a Green Classes initiative back in 2011. Mpho gives us an update on the progress.
St. Martin is one of the schools in Johannesburg that has energy-saving initiatives. We went to the school to find out how effective this is.
Because of global warming, we wanted to really educate our learners so that they will be leaders in the future. And we're trying to train them about the environment. And in doing so, we decided to build a green school. We've got LED lighting fitted everywhere. In the classrooms.
We're living in a time where we have problems with Eskom, we have problems with electricity. So us finding a way of recycling as a mean for power, it's a very good thing. We are looking at the recycling, we are recycling glasses, we are recycling paper, we are recycling all those things. So in a way, we are putting ourselves in the feet of the society at large, where we need to find other means of finding power.
What we're doing here at schools, firstly, it starts with their teachers teaching it to the learners, because the only way to achieve it is by starting by teaching it. Right now we have knowledge. We have knowledge that the world needs to be saved environmentally. So we have been risen to that fact that we need to do something to change the environment.
St. Martin's Going Green initiative is to get learners involved so that they can educate the community on recycling and saving energy. I'm Mpho Mashego for Joburg Today.
Hi, my name is Peling. You are watching Joburg Today.
Join the conversation on our Facebook page, that's joburgtoday.tv. Follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. And if you're one of those people who are constantly on the move, then pockettv.mobi. That's pocket with an I. One thing that annoys me is load shedding. And if you're one of those people, then maybe it's time you consider natural gas. Mpho sat down with the managing director of Egoli Gas to tell us a little bit more.
We see that gas is actually the substance and the natural resource around Johannesburg. Just please tell us more about gas and also about Egoli Gas.
The story of gas in Johannesburg is as old as Johannesburg city itself. It dates back to early 1892, when in fact the first gas lights were street lights in President Street. We do have 1,200 kilometers of pipeline that is underneath the Johannesburg. It's one of the best kept secrets in Johannesburg.
And just please tell us the description of generating the natural gas.
Natural gas is, as the word implies, it's natural, so it's not really generated at all. And the gas that we are talking about in Johannesburg today, it comes from 4,000 kilometers away in northern Mozambique. It's natural, it's the natural foliage that has taken place over tens of thousands of years ago, and therefore it's now that process of rotting, if you like, of materials which are all natural, trees and leaves and everything else, in the belly of the earth. Now the gas is now coming out, so it's then trapped, brought out, just sanitized a little bit, but not remanufactured at all. You don't change the chemical constituents of it, and all you do is then to pump it through big pipelines to Johannesburg.
How accessible is gas in Johannesburg?
Very accessible to those people who are within the pipeline network of Egoli Gas, within that 1,200 kilometers. Just to give you a general idea of where that is the whole of CBD and all the old suburbs of Johannesburg.
Okay, and how would you advise or educate the citizen of Johannesburg on the practical usage of gas?
It's first and foremost, people should realize gas is very safe, because people tend to think it's dangerous. It's very, very safe. It's very low pressure gas, so the likelihood of explosion or a fire is almost next to zero. And gas is very economical, and it is a green energy. We're not burning coal, and it is cheaper than electricity. So it's a very efficient, cheap form of energy. We call it a 24/7, 365. you never run out because it's still running in the pipeline. It's not like electricity where you would have load shedding or anything. Then the big high industrial customers are now using it for generating electricity for their own factory. Right? We already have 5 big power generation plants within Johannesburg. Some of them are banks, some of them are cell phone companies, and they generate electricity to ensure that their data centers never run short of power.
My name is Tony Bed, and you're watching Joburg Today.
While many Joburgers are learning to live with load shedding, other residents are slowly but surely building a load shedding free life for themselves.
Going solar, gas and off-grid, one house at a time. Not too long ago, the Parkhurst community stirred up the broadband internet sector by making super fast, cheap fiber internet directly into their homes possible. And they may now just be doing the same for South Africa's alternative energy industry.
Leading by example, Parkhurst Village Residents and Business Owners Association's Ryan Beach quitted City Power and Eskom recently.
I expected that electricity was going to become very expensive, so then I decided to go off the grid. I've always had a keen interest in renewable energy, and then added to that load shedding. That was just like putting petrol on the fire for what I wanted to do.
Having 2,000 houses in Parkhurst off-grid by 2020 is part of the community's Vision 2020 plan.
We believe Eskom electricity is going to become very expensive in this country, and we also believe it's a very unreliable source of energy. We are aiming to create Africa's first smart grid and green hub. We started planning this project towards the end of last year. We started talking to consulting engineers, industry experts. Currently, we've only focused on the PV solutions because of all the problems people are facing with load shedding.
I've had to make quite a couple of changes to my home in order to get off grid. I've started from really a zero basis. I've had to change all my light fittings to LEDs and to compact fluorescents. I've gone solar with my geysers. I've added 12 photovoltaic panels. I've also added a gas water heater to back up my solar.
The off-grid conversion of an average Parkhurst house can cost about 175,000 rand.
A big part of this project was to make this affordable for everybody, and we used our numbers, and we went to suppliers and said to them, we've got 2,000 houses, we're not willing to pay what everybody else is paying, and that's the deals we put together for our residents.
A community project, creates buying power, and that's one of the reasons why this is a very sustainable project. Through that we discounted the product. We incorporated a lot more in regards to the installation of the technology.
The payback period for all the changes I've made to my home with the photovoltaics and solar, etc., will take probably between 8 to 10 years, but I'm coming off a very low base where I've had to put in gas, which a lot of the other residents already have. So for me, with the Eskom and City Power increases in payment that happen year on year, I'm guessing closer to 5 to 7 years payback.
The effect of the Parkhurst program will highlight the potential of what the energy market will do. It will achieve the objective that we need in the industry to make sure that the awareness goes out, that we as an industry and as a company can also say that it can be done, it's affordable, it's sustainable. Once the banks are involved, we will see that the sustainability and the affordability is something that will be achieved. And I think once that model has been achieved, it can be replicated elsewhere.
According to Ryan, 10 houses are already off-grid. He expects at least another 50 Parkhurst homes to follow by the end of the year. Marise de Klerk, Joburg Today.
Hi, I'm Rochelle and you're watching Joburg Today.
And that brings us to the close of today's show, but be sure to check out our playlist as well as Business Destination Joburg. That's it from me, Riley. I leave you with Jesse Clegg, Clarity.
Back in ETV.
surface, you will find me there. Clarity, searching through chaos, searching the sun.